Hey guys, welcome back to another Rainbow Six Siege video. This is going to be Siege X's first official video on this game. I know my last video was kind of just merging into this season. It was like the recap of last season's SoloQ series. But we are here, official settings video for this season, so for anybody who asked throughout the season, I'll refer you back to this. I usually try to do one of these at the start of like every season, but let's just get right into it. So first thing in the options, I'll be going through all these, by the way. I'll show you my Xbox settings too, for like controller stuff, my earbuds that I use, stuff like that, and my color filter. So I'll be going over everything in this video, trust me. This one won't be a very long one, by the way, as well. I know usually for these at the start of the season, I'll do like showing my attachments, all my recoil, for like pretty much every gun that I actually use. That video should be coming soon. If you guys do want to see that, just tell me in the comments, and I'll try to work on that for you. Okay, so the first thing here, ping communication wheel. You want this on, of course. I think this is like the new thing. I don't even know how this works, actually. I've never actually tried this, but I'm sure you want it on. Other stuff here, I use dark glare for my stuns. It doesn't blind me. It's so much better. I feel like I can see slightly sooner when it's going away. It might just be like the placebo effect, but you know. I think it's worth it still. It doesn't blind me. I can see everything fine still. I don't think there's anything else really. I have my diffuser pick up to both. Obviously you want your trajectory thing on. Drone after prep, just make sure this is not automatic so you get kicked off. I do semi because I don't care if I get kicked off like one of my random teammates' drones, you know. It's not like I'm controlling it anyway, so. I think that's everything there. So for HUD, I use everything on default. The only thing I have different is my health. You've probably seen, if you've seen my videos, I always have this off. Don't really think it matters. I can see my health, like a general idea at the top there, so it's whatever. I don't think it matters that much. Kind of clears my screen off too, so. For the audio, important stuff here, because of course the sound has been completely overhauled. I don't know how I feel about it right now. I wasn't really liking it in my first couple of matches. I did a few quick matches before this. But I was liking it after. I was just trying to get like adjusted to the sound and everything. And I tried all three modes. I think night mode's still the best. But I'll have to do farther testing on that. We'll see if that changes throughout the season. But right now, definitely night mode still. And here's all like my levels and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. So on display, VSync off. I've heard on has like a delay, so I don't really care. It doesn't make a difference either way to me. So that's the only reason I have that off. Prioritize performance, of course. 84 FOV. I feel like this is like the standard number most people use, like top players. Anywhere between like 83 and 90. Maybe I'll have to try 90 again sometime. It's been so long since I've used anything different, so could be the play these days. And then 80 for my HUD. I'll show you what this does. So you can see I'm zoomed in now. I like having it smaller like this. I think it's just easier to see, like in game. Like you see all my stuff like way easier. I don't have to like look and like move my head across the screen to see stuff. I do like that. I feel like it looks clean. I get to ask quite a bit too. Like how my game looks like zoomed out or whatever. That's the reason why. And then 65 brightness. Okay, so on the controls. Advanced on these two, you definitely want these. I use alternate leaning, that way you can lean from the hip. Once you really match this too, like, you can see here, I can lean from the hip so fast. Like, you see I'm not leaning, and then boom. Like, basically, like I'm leaning from the hip on PC. So, if you just get the hang of that, I know it feels weird at the start if you're trying to, like, transition. You're, like, new to that, but it'll be worth it in the long run, trust me. I have nothing for my controller layout, just default. I do use my back paddle to crouch, by the way. That's set to my B button. I can never play like claw. I don't know how people do that. It's crazy. Controller rotation classic. I don't like updated. I've been playing the game since before that was a thing, so I tried it like once, never looked back. 5580 for my sensitivity. Big thing here, of course. So I know my vertical's high. I do like that. I feel like it helps me like recoil control these days. once I got used to it again. Again, I don't know if you want to copy all these settings right away, because it could take some time to adjust. Like if you've always been playing like 30 to 40 on your vert, 55 could be weird at first. Once you get used to it though, I think it does help in the long run. At least for me, it's all personal preference. I'll be saying that like multiple times, I'm sure. Same for the dead zones. I'm using 8.2 currently. My right stick though, it feels like sieqe is way more responsive. It feels like I'm drifting a lot more on my right, so I might raise that to 3. Not sure. Like if you're watching this video like a month after release, I may have just switched this. So this kind of changes depending on my controller. So this could be the one thing that's different in the near future. And then 0 on the Trigger Deadzones. Want to be able to shoot those. And then for my ADS, I use 40 on this, if that matters, but I don't think it does really. Maybe. But I use Advance on 25 and 43. And there's the rest. And yeah, I use Disable and then all set to 0 for these. Okay, last thing on the actual rainbowsix settings. For accessibility, I use black for my optic with 75. I do like this one a lot. You can see that stick drift, by the way. Look at that thing. Kind of just got to hold it still. So I think it's worth it still. I like being more responsive with like the 2 over the 3. Again, might switch soon. Who knows? W recoil. Look at that thing. Really got to hold that still, but there's the optic. I do like this. I think black is like the least distracting one, since it's like darker and not as vibrant, but again, personal preference. Definitely want to make sure your screen shake's off. That's like when cluster charges are raining down, like grenades and stuff that are near you. You don't want your screen shaking. I mean, maybe you do actually, I don't know. Some people might dislike that stuff, but I'd say you definitely want that off for anything comp. Motion blur on, I just don't like that red blood splatter, so basically like default stuff from before. And then I think that's everything. Oh yeah, for the colors, I use blue for enemy, which now I know there's like outlines around people, which is nice. It makes enemies a little bit easier to see, especially with like the new darker maps they did. So yeah, blue for that. Helps seeing like claymores and stuff easier too, in my opinion. So yeah. Okay, like I said, I did want to go over my Xbox settings for you guys as well. So on this, you want to make sure your resolution is 1080 and then this is 120. I've known some people, I've seen a creator recently actually, they had this on 60 still. Like they didn't know this was a thing even. But you definitely want to make sure this is 120 if you're on next gen, so you can actually take advantage of the hertz. So just in case you guys didn't know, maybe I could save somebody out there. And then for this, I'll show you like my controller. I have nothing pretty much. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's like all default. I'm using a Power A Spectra Infinity controller. So that way I can bind like the back crouch button. There's like 2 little buttons on the back, like paddles kind of. And the left one I'm using for B, like I mentioned earlier. That is pretty much it. Everything else on my controller is like pretty much default. I am using the trigger stops to the second setting as well, because that's the thing on this controller. So yeah, I'm using the right one. I actually had that off on accident. Whoops. That's why I was like delayed shooting there in the shooting range a few minutes ago with Ash. I thought it was kind of weird. But yeah, middle trigger stop for this controller. So for control freaks, I use the Galaxies. I have the mid-rise on the left and then high on the right. I do recommend using control freaks. It doesn't really matter which kind, I guess, but they are worth it in the long run. And the right stick's the most important one, obviously. Okay, last thing I wanted to show you in the Xbox settings is just go to settings all the way down on this. Go to, not high contrast, go to color filters. And I'm using the first one here, red, green, and then whatever that word is. I'm not going to try to pronounce that one on video. But yeah, I just use that one. It makes my game look more vibrant. I did actually switch. I'll go over this now too. My monitor is an Asus 24-inch. I don't think there's anything else to it. It is 165 hertz. So just in case you were wondering. And then for my earbuds, they're HyperX Clouds. If you just search like exactly what I said on Amazon, you should be able to find them. They're like the red ones. When When I looked last, I think they were like 30 or 40 bucks. Might be different now, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're just the red earbuds. The wire's red, earbuds are red. I think that's everything though. What is this? No idea. Don't think there's anything else I'm missing. Oh yeah, if you want to know my microphone, like the one I'm talking with right now, this is a microphone that's like plugged into my PC. I've gotten some questions asked before, like how do I record my gameplay with audio? But I record the audio and the gameplay separately. And then I have to like obviously get my audio synced with the game from when I did it. And then edit it after that. It's a bit of a task, but it's worth the quality for sure. I use an Elgato to record all my gameplay as well, if you're wondering. And my microphone, I was actually mentioning that. Yeah, it's a HyperX, and then it's a SoloCast. I have a Quadcast too, but I've not actually used that one yet. But yeah, SoloCast for the mic, I like this one. I don't think there's anything else. I went over pretty much everything. Before I end this one, I'll show you what my level is on my main account as well. Now, I haven't played on this account in so long. I probably played like 100 and something ranked games in the last like 4 to 5 years on this one. I just don't really care. Like you guys see, I only play SoloQ. I only started playing in like year 7 again. After taking a couple years away. And I wasn't even that good back then. So I usually don't play on my main account that much outside of like playing some matches for fun with friends, you know. But I think I will do solo queue on this one this season. Because I do want to level this one up, so why not, man? Even if we start in like champ, MMR, whatever. Anyways, though, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I do hope you enjoy. Before I do cap this one off, let me flex something real quick. Luckily, I did end up getting this skin. It's funny, too, because back in 2016, I literally played this game like 1 or 2 times on the free gold weekends on Xbox. That was literally it. I played like a match or 2 of Terrorist Hunt. So, kind of got blessed with this one, but hey, I'll take it. I've been playing since 2016, technically. This is a really cool black ice, too. I wish it was on the R4C instead, but whatever. If you guys want to see these ones too, this is the 2018. That's when I actually really started playing the game. Operation Health, that card looks kind of cool. Unfortunately, I think that 6 will be covered, so don't know how that'd look in game. And then 2022, 24, and then 2019. That must be when Cali released or something. Oh yeah, 2020, I guess. And then that. So just in case you wanted to see if you guys didn't play back then, so you see what the rewards are. I don't even know where these came from. I guess it was like that Siege X pack. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like down there below. Again, comment if you want to see that attachments video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.